I'm just going to start, with you, Alex. In the trailer, you say Tyler swooned and then disappeared. What can we expect from your relationship in season 3?
More bobs and weaves, dipping the toe in, dipping the toe out. It's, just as confusing and, chaotic as it is for the audience, it is for us living it. Yeah. So I think I gained some clarity, though, towards the end there, and hopefully, made the right decision.
Yeah. Were you surprised by the Call Her Daddy interview that Tyler's ex did? And is there can you want to set the record straight for the audience now?
Yeah, so, nothing surprises me anymore being in this industry. I will say it did really bother me just because I feel like Brittany didn't say it, loud and proud. She said it, in a kind of cowardly way with assumptions and accusations and alluding to a certain thing. And I feel like I got dragged into that. And, like I said before, I think she's got a great PR team and she's trying to promote, a movie or a book or something like that. And I think that it got a lot of traction, by that comment in particular. And I would have had more respect for her had she just come out and said it with her chest and said, hey, Alex Hall did X, Y, and Z, but she couldn't do that because that would be a blatant lie. So I think she was calculated in her accusations or, what she was alluding to. And unfortunately, I got dragged into that. And I feel like I've always tried to be respectful of Tyler and his marriage and his relationship and not wanting to drag certain things into it. So I would have appreciated a little bit more respect because it's completely not true what she was alluding to. So.
Yeah, better just to be straight up, right?
Yeah.
Polly and Alexandra, so you're both in favor of bringing Allie into the office, and do you think she was in over her head at this point or not? How do you feel that she may have redeemed herself or proven herself?
I don't know. I mean, I was very much in the same boat. I joined, the O&M Group, which is a, globally known luxury, real estate office, and I was a fish out of water myself. And I think I have earned my stripes. I've worked really hard. I've really focused over the last 2.5, 3 years, and I've succeeded in that way. So, thank you. For me, like seeing her, obviously bringing her into the office and seeing how she navigated the first few months, it was a little bit disappointing because I was like, you can't, this isn't the way to kind of do it if you want to succeed in this business. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously she's still living in Nashville and she's not, I don't know how all in she is, but for me, I was 100% all in. I dedicated my life to being successful at this job, and I think I've proved myself. So it's up to her. But she doesn't live in OC right now, so.
Yeah. And Alexandra, so what can we expect from office drama this season? Any unexpected kind of twists that we didn't see coming in the previous season that have developed this season, or no?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty on the spot. Kind of chaotic and definitely some plot twist.
Anything you didn't expect that developed this season?
Just as much drama between the males, I haven't really been around that much drama amongst males.
What do you think the source of that is? I mean, there is a lot of tension between, Sean and, what's going on there? What is is it ego? Is it fear? What is it that's driving this tension between the guys?
I don't know if we'd have enough time to unpack a proper response to that.
Was desperate for screen time.
I think I'm still talking, Polly.
You're not answering the question, you're skirting around it, so.
Okay, Polly wants to talk, so.
Well, you were skirting around. The real story behind the Sean drama is that he was desperate for attention and screen time. He tried
and
it
I
with
completely
me season
disagree
2,
with that
and
approach.
he did not manage to do it season 2. So season 3, he tried it with Tyler. He got a little nibble, and he tried it with Austin. Went for his family, and Austin lost his. So that's to answer your question very directly.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of other people's hate too. I think we experience.
Are you still friends with him, Jarvis?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still friends with Sean.
Gio, what's your take on the guy drama?
Ego always plays a role, at least personally speaking.
You don't know anything about ego,
No.
do you? What are you talking about?
Never. Yeah, I think a lot of it was, you had some professional drama and personal drama. I do my best to keep it in the professional sphere, even if it is over the top on occasion. But yeah, a lot of it is personal, and it does cut a little deep and a little, a little too close to home, at least from where I'm sitting.
Speaking
So-
close to home, you made a bet last season
Yeah.
that if with Allie, that if she sold a home in her first 2 months, that you'll be dancing through the office in
I
Heels.
forgot about that. Actually.
I've had so many people ask me
I
about that.
A
remember.
mankini, right?
No, it was, yeah, I think it was a mankini and high heels.
But she lost, so what does she have to do?
Well, she's not licensed.
She's not licensed.
That's what I'm saying. She lost the bet.
No, because
No,
it was
she's not
the first
licensed
2
yet.
months of being licensed. She's still not licensed.
Oh, that's not fair. That's the way out. What if she never,
Season 4.
Jury's still out.
yeah, what if she never gets licensed?
Lauren, for you, who you got beef with in the office? Who would you say your number one adversary is?
Gosh, I don't necessarily think that I have beef with anyone, but I would say that I'm most disappointed at the falling out of mine and Brandy's friendship. We went from being the closest to not speaking, and we've had several conversations, about us and been very honest with one another. Sometimes these conversations were 3-4 hours long, and unfortunately we just agree to disagree as to what actually happened between us. And it really just is a shame, because we had a really strong friendship, and I was hopeful for that friendship and hopeful for where we were going in business together. Season 1, you saw that we were doing a little business together and working a lot together, and then, unfortunately the show doesn't really air, but there was a fizzle out and a fallout, and it was really, really disappointing for me.
I know it's a different office, but anybody know what's going on with Kanye House dropping the price? Does it make
We're
an
going to
appearance?
sell it. What do you mean what's going on? Got to sell that house. That's one for the books, for sure.
Yeah, it's good.
That'll happen. Just takes time. Higher price point usually. It just takes longer.
Tell me about, just real quickly about that. How does higher price point?
Smaller buyer pool for a higher price point. The higher the price is, obviously not every Tom, Dick, and Sally can afford something like that. So typically, once you reach a certain threshold, the days on market are just, astronomically longer. Typically, for like Kayla's Bayside, that was, typically something like that, standard, would be on the market. You take, a 6, 12, 18-month listing contract, in hopes of it selling within 6 months. Like 6 months would have
At
been a really
least.
good time frame
So
to
if,
sell that.
if Kanye was your listing, what would you do tomorrow?
I'd get, what do you mean, what would we do tomorrow?
What would you do to move that thing?
Well, lower the price, obviously, but that's it.